I think it's useful to note that when it comes to freedom, there are at least two different kinds of freedom, probably more, but two main ones that I want to talk about. We could talk about outer freedom and inner freedom. Outer freedom means that when we become free from something in the external sense, it means something in our lives is changing, or perhaps a decision is made to leave something behind or to let go of something. And that type of freedom, as well as the enslavement, is complex and unique in terms of what needs to be done to get free from the various external situations. But inner freedom, on the other hand, is actually incredibly simple and unilateral. It's something that we can, if not experience fully, we can at least decide to enter into the stream. We can decide to practice going through that portal of freedom. And the imagery given in the tradition of Mitzrayim, of Egypt, Mitzrayim, which means narrow and constricted, versus going out of Mitzrayim into the open space, into the unknown, is a great metaphor for that. We don't really have to figure out how to go from narrowness and constriction into openness, because if we can remember that we already are openness, and we can remember that everything that's present in our experience right now is something that we can be in relationship with as openness, as opposed to being in relationship with as resistance, as feeling like we're being controlled, or feeling like a victim, or feeling oppressed, and instead just accept what is present in our experience. There might be suffering, there might be joy, there might be ease, whatever it is that is present. It's always changing. Life is flowing. And so it's such a profound practice to bring ourselves back again and again to that incredible power that we have of liberation. And we have this time of year to remind ourselves of it and ritually enact it. Go out from Egypt with the 4 cups and all the different things. But it's really something we can do in every moment. And one of the 32 paths, the 22 Hebrew letters and the 10 sfirot, that embodies this really strongly. All of them really are about liberation. All of them are about presence. All of them are about openness. But one that really kind of captures it, I think, in a really expressive way is the letter Zion, because one of the meanings of Zion is sword. And that sword is like the sword of liberation, cutting our attachment to the constriction, cutting our attachment to things being other than as they are, cutting our, well, really it's an unconscious desire to be resisting, because if we become conscious of it, when we realize that we're just causing ourselves suffering, and in the flow of life, that that constriction can arise again and again. Suffering can arise, and it's natural and unconscious to resist. So it's not like we can somehow prevent ourselves from resisting, but we can nevertheless wake up. And it's actually so instructive that in the story of the Exodus, the suffering is increased. It has to increase before the children of Israel are ready to let go and go out, and let go of their slave identity and go out. You know, Pharaoh has to make the hardship even worse. And that's important because for many of us, it's difficult to really keep focused, to keep that remembrance in the forefront of our minds with whatever we're doing, to approach life from that point of view of openness and space, and to live in a way that's liberated. It's very difficult to do. And suffering is a good motivator. If it gets painful enough, then we may think, I don't want this suffering. I want to figure out a way out. But hopefully we don't need the suffering to be increased upon us to do it, because we're here, we're being reminded, we're hearing the teaching, we're ready to practice. So let's do it. The letter Zion, the sword of liberation, and the kavanah, which we can say in the form of an affirmation. There are 3 parts to it. I am remembering, Meaning, what am I remembering? I'm remembering that I can be openness, that I can open to this moment as it arises, that I don't need to resist anything in my experience, and therefore I can be free. I am focused, meaning that no matter what's happening, I'm not going to get distracted, or if I do become distracted, I'm going to bring myself back to that focus of letting be, of letting go. And I am freedom. I can do all this because actually beneath the personality, beneath thoughts, beneath feelings, I am consciousness. And consciousness is by its nature open. If it weren't, then we wouldn't be able to survive. We have to be open to what's going on around us. It's only then after we experience something that we start processing it and judging it and resisting it and so on. But if we recognize who we are at the deepest level, and be that, then it's almost effortless. We just have to remember, we have to focus, we have to recognize what we are. So we can chant the affirmation together. Shalom. Before we go into the practice, the chanting and the meditation, it would help me out a lot if you would take just a moment to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and at the end, if you have some thoughts or feedback, it would be great to see a comment from you. Thanks so much. That would help me to build this channel and deliver more Jewish meditation content. Okay, on with the practice. I am remembering. I am focused. I am freedom. One more time. I am remembering. I am focused. I am freedom. This is a piece from the Haggadah. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Blessed is Hamakom. Hamakom is the name of God that really means that open space. The space of reality, the space in which all things exist. That's what we call the divine. Baruch Hu, blessed is the one. Ki goel chazak ata. Because this recognition of the makom, of the space of being, is liberating us from needing things to be other than the way they are. Matir asurim, God is called the liberator of the bound. Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Ki Goel, Ki Goel Chazak Ata Matir Asurim, Baruch Hu, Ki Goel, Ki Goel Chazak Ata Matir Asurim, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Ki Chazak Ata Matir matir asurim baruch hu ki goel chazak ata matir asurim baruch hu. One more time. If you haven't been singing along, give yourself the gift of feeling the vibrations in your bodies. You can also move your body from side to side to the rhythm of the chant. Give your lips the blessing of chanting the sacred words. Here we go. Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Ki Goel Chazak Ata Matir Asurim Baruch Hu Ki Goel Chazak Ata Matir Asurim Baruch Hu. And preparing to come into meditation, just a reminder to make sure your devices won't disturb you. Whatever you need to do, give yourself the gift of this space to let yourself relax and expand into that space of silence. And bringing your body into a comfortable, alert position, conducive to stillness, letting your hands be free and unencumbered, letting your eyes be closed or just unfocused, and bringing to mind the attitude of offering your attention from your heart, just as you would give your attention to a beloved one, listening from the heart. But in this case, not listening to just a specific person, but listening to the whole of experience, from the vibrations of feeling to thoughts as they arise and dissipate in the mind, to the world of the senses, the space around you, the feeling of your body, offering your attention to all of it from your heart, bringing your right hand to your heart, and expressing this attitude of offering with lecha. Deep breath in. Lecha. And with your right hand on your heart, bringing left hand also to your belly, drawing awareness down from the mind into the body, connecting with your organs, awareness flowing downward through your legs to your feet and toes, filling the lower part of your body with consciousness. Awareness rising up into your chest, upper back, shoulders and neck, arms and hands and fingers, taking a nice deep breath, feeling the sensation of breathing, letting that sensation draw your attention downward, dwelling in the temple of the body. Awareness rising into your face, facial muscles, brain and nervous system, bringing a little smile to your lips, being the loving, benevolent, indwelling presence, and anchoring this body connection with Na'aseh. Deep breath in. left hand on your belly, bringing your right hand to lightly touch your forehead, and expanding awareness out into the space of the room around you, the sounds, the feel of the room, the light, the dark, the support beneath you, the air that flows in and out of your body, and bringing to mind that the entire outer world, the whole universe as it arises around you, as well as the inner world of thoughts and feelings, are all inside the field of consciousness that you are. That from the perspective of consciousness, there is no inner world and outer world. It's all what is being perceived within consciousness. This consciousness has no form, no shape, no boundary, but it's just a vast, boundless field, and you are that field. Affirming identification with that field with Vinishma, and a long out breath. Deep breath in. Vinishma. Kissing your fingers, relaxing your hands. Oh, Rabbono Shel Olam, help us to meditate deeply in this time. Help us to recognize what we are as the spaciousness, to not push or pull on our experience, but to let it be as it is, to notice as thoughts arise, to be the awareness of the thoughts, anchoring our minds in the tefillah, At Yahu. 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 Resting the mind in the repetition of At Yahu. Not fighting with your thoughts. If they come, they come. Letting them come, letting them dissipate, bringing the mind back again and again to At Yahu as we come into silence. Giving the body a little stretch. Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Baruch HaMakom, Baruch Hu, Ki Goel Chazak Ata Matir Asurim Baruchu Ki Goel Chazak Ata Matir Asurim Baruchu. And closing the meditation, bringing your right hand to your heart, establishing yourself in that attitude of offering attention from the heart with Lecha. Deep breath in. Lecha. And bringing left hand to your belly, feeling awareness flowing into your body, filling the entire form of your body with consciousness. Naaseh. And bringing your right hand to lightly touch your forehead, awareness expanding into the space around you, knowing that you are this field of consciousness within but beyond the body, within but beyond thoughts and feelings, expansive, radiant, and boundless. V'nishma. Kissing your fingers, relaxing your hands. May we absorb this quality of liberation that's ever available to us, giving it the attention it deserves in this time, but giving it the practice that it deserves always. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen. Shalom. If you've made it to the end of the video and did the whole meditation with us, why don't you write Matzah in the comments, and that way we'll know that we practiced together. I hope you enjoyed, and if you'd like to learn more about Jewish meditation or contact me or meditate with the community on Zoom, just go to TorahofAwakening.com. All blessings.